Now Abraham was old, well advanced in years, and the Lord blessed Abraham in all things. And Abraham said to his servant, the oldest of his household, who had charge of all that he had, put your hand under my thigh, and that I may make you swear by the Lord, the God of heaven, the God of the earth, that you will not take the wife of my son from the daughters of the Canaanites, among whom I dwell. But I will go to my country, to my kindred, take away from my son Isaac. The servant said to him, perhaps the woman may not be willing to follow me to this land. Must I then take your son back to the land from which you came? Abram said to him, see to it that you do not take my son back there. The Lord, the God of heavens, who took me from my father's house and from the land of my kindred, and who spoke to me and swore to me, to your offspring I will give to this land. He will send his angels before you, and you shall take a wife of my son from there. But if a woman is not willing to follow you, then you will be free from this oath of mine. Only you must not take my son back there. So the servant put his hand under the thigh of Abraham his master, and swore to him concerning the matter. And the servant took 10 of his master's camels and departed, taking all sorts of choice gifts from his master. And he rose and went to Mesopotamia, to the city of Nahor. And he made the camels kneel down outside the city by the well of waters, the time of evening, the time when women go out to draw water. And he said, O Lord God of my master Abraham, please grant me success today, and show steadfast love to my master Abraham. Behold, I was standing by the spring of water, and the daughter of this man of the city are coming to draw water at the young woman, of whom I shall say, please let down your jar that I may drink. And who shall say, drink, and I will water your camels. Let her be the whom you have appointed by your servant Isaac. By this I shall know that you have shown steadfast love to my master. Before he had finished speaking, behold, Rebekah was born to Bethuel, the son of Rebekah, the wife of Nahor. Abram's brother came out with her water jar on her shoulder. The young woman was very attractive in appearance, a maiden whom no man had known. She went down to the spring and filled her jar and came up. And the servant ran to her and said, please give me a little water to drink from your jar. He said, drink, my lord. And she quickly let down her jar upon her hand and gave me a drink. When she had finished giving him a drink, she said, I will draw water from your camels also until they have finished drinking. So she quickly emptied the jar into the trough and ran again to the well to draw water. And she drew all his camels. The man gazed at her in silence to learn whether the Lord had prospered his journey or not. When the camels had finished drinking, the man took a gold ring weighed a half shekel, bracelets for arms weighing 10 gold shekels, and said, please tell me whose daughters are you, and whose room is your father's house for us to spend the night. She said to him, the daughter of Bethuel, the son of Rebekah, whom she bore to Nahor. She added, we have plenty of both straw and fodder, and room to spend the night. The man bowed his head and worshipped the Lord, and said, blessed be the Lord, the God of my master Abraham, who has not forsaken his steadfast love and his faithfulness towards my master. As for me, the Lord has led me the way to the house of my master's kinsman. Then the young woman ran and told her mother and household about these things. Rebekah had a brother whose name was Laban. Laban ran on towards them and to the spring. As soon as he saw the ring and the bracelet of his sister's arms, and heard the words of Rebekah, his sister, this man spoke to him. He went to the man, and behold, he was sitting by the camel at the spring. He said, come in, O blessed of the Lord, why do you stand outside, where I have prepared the house and place for the camels? So the man came to the house and unhung the camels, and gave straws and waters to the camels, and there was water to wash his feet and the feet of the men who were with him. Then food was set before him to eat, and he said, I will not eat until I have said what I have to say. He said, speak on. So he said, I am Abraham's servant. The Lord hath greatly blessed my master. He has become great. He has given him flocks and herds, silver and gold, male servants and female servants, camels and donkeys. And say, my master's wife bore a son to my master when she was old, and to him was given, and he has. My master made me swear, saying, you shall take a wife from me, my son, daughters of the Canaanites, and whose Then I dwell, but you shall go to my father's house and to my clan and take a wife for my son. I said to my master, perhaps the woman will follow me, but he said, from the Lord before you. The Lord before whom I have walked will send his angel with you to prosper you away. To take a wife for my son from my clan, from my father's house, and you will be free from my oath. When you come to my clan, and you will not give word to you, you will be free from my oath. I came today to the spring and said, O Lord God, my master, do you realize? Never pass me the way I go. Behold, I am standing by the springs of water, with the virgin that comes out of the draw water. To my shall say, please give me a little water, and you draw to drink. And he will say to me, drink, and I will draw your camels also. And every woman whom the Lord has appointed to my master's son. Before I finished speaking in my heart, behold, Rebekah came out with her water jar on her shoulder, and she went down to the spring and drew water. I said to her, please let me drink. She quickly let down her jar from her shoulder and said, drink, and I will give you a camel drink also. So I drank, and she gave a camel drink also. Then I asked her, whose daughter are you? She said, the daughter of Bethuel, Nahor's son, whose milk cup went to her. So I put the ring on her nose and bracelets on her arms. And I bowed my head and worshipped the Lord and blessed the Lord, the God of my master Abraham, who had led me by the right way. Take the daughter of my master's kinsman, his daughter, and his son. Now then, if you are going to show steadfast love and faithfulness to my master, tell me, and if not, tell me that I may return to the right hand, to the left. Then Laban and Bethuel answered and said, the thing has come from the Lord, we cannot speak to you about the good. Rebekah, before you take her and go, and then will be the wife of your master's son, as the Lord has spoken. And the Lord's servant read their words, he bowed himself to the earth before him. The Lord, the messenger, brought out jewelries, as well as a gold gave to Rebekah. He also gave to her brother and her rather costly ornaments and the enemies were went and with them and ate and drank. And they spent the night there. And they rose in the morning and said, send me away to my master. The bride and mother said, let the young woman remain for this while, at least 10 days, while she may go. And he said to them, do not delay me, since the Lord has prospered my way. Send me away that I may go to my master. They said, let us call the young woman and ask her. And the Rebekah said to her, will you go with this man? She said, I'll go. So then she went away. Rebekah go, because it's her name, and Abraham said, her name is man. They blessed Rebekah and said to her, our sister, may you become thousands of 10,000. Give me offspring, possess the gates of those who hate him. Then Rebekah and the young women rose and rode on the camel and followed the men. The servant took Rebekah and went away. Now Isaac had returned from Beer-lahai, and was dwelling in them again. Isaac went to them and tamed the fields towards evening, and he slept beside the sun. But there was camels coming back and looked in the plow. And when she saw Isaac, she dismounted from the camel. The servant, who is not man, made the field to meet us. The servant said, this is my master. She took her there and covered herself. The servant told Isaac all the thing that had done. And Isaac brought her into the tent of Sarah and his mother, and to Rebekah, and she became his wife. He loved her. So Isaac was, after his mother's death. Amen.